Hello, everyone. This is Stephen, and it's week 3. So, this week we have a couple of assignments that tend to strike terror into the hearts of students. Just all those numbers. The truth of the matter is, they're really not all that scary. We don't have to continue to be math phobic ever since 3rd grade. Columns of figures are really just a representation of how much business you think you'll do. So let's take a look at the P&L statement, which is the first part of it. I downloaded the template and I put in what things I think will bring me revenue, what expenses, and then each month I add it up and then it carries over to the next month. I will be eventually redoing this, adding columns to this because I made projections. They're basically guesstimates. I figure I'm starting off slowly because it's a brand new business. I'll be ramping up through my season. In the summer, this is a somewhat seasonal business from what I understand, so I'm tapering down in the summer and then hopefully ramping up again next fall. By the next year, I expect to know more about my product mix, about my customers, about how to run this business, and hopefully my figures will be more accurate as well as higher. This is a living document. So one of the things I will be doing is creating a column each month that shows me my actual, and I'm going to hold myself accountable for hitting these marks as much as possible. If I'm doing better, then I will adjust things upward. If I'm not doing so well, then I will try to analyze where the weaknesses are, what I need to do more of, what I need to do less of, how to hit my marks better. So it's a living document and a way of my keeping score. Okay, that's on the revenue side, and I'm figuring the first year, since this is essentially going to be a part-time business for me, I'm looking to use this to get rid of some debts that I have accumulated from some health concerns, as well as a few other things, and looking to have a little bit better retirement. So I'm not looking to create a big business. The first year I'm projecting only a little over $20,000 with about $17,500 in expenses. That includes having paid myself $500 a month toward my debt reduction. I'll be happy if I hit those marks. That means my debt will be reduced by that much, and at the end of the year I'll have a little bit better established business with better information on how to make it even more profitable the next year. For expenses, I put down some web services, equipment, repairs, maintenance, advertising, little bit for accounting and legal, phone, utilities, insurance. These are the things that I anticipate spending. Again, I don't know what they'll actually be, so I will have in the actual column what they actually are. I'll see again if I'm hitting my marks or if I need to adjust things. It is a living document, as I said, and I will be constantly adjusting this and seeing if things are going as well as I had hoped. So that's the profit and loss. Next part of it is to do some analysis. This takes a fair amount of time using search engine. Don't figure that you're going to be doing customer analysis by fantasizing about, oh, I'm going to attract brides because I'm going to have beautiful photographs on Facebook and they're all going to flock to me. Things don't work like that, not usually. So what you really want to do is some real serious analysis. I figure my customers are going to come from two places. One, professional photographers who may want scanning services, and also the general public who may want restoration services. So first I looked up the general public. I looked up in my region. I'm located between Richmond, Virginia and Charlottesville, considered the central region. And I looked up how many people there are, how much money they make, etc., etc. One of the things I looked up was racial and ethnic makeup of the area. I found that about 25% of the population is black, which means that it would be important in putting my website together that several of the illustrations show black families as well as white families. That way people can look at my website and know that I have some idea of who they are. I'm going to concentrate on reaching photographers in the area using my personal network and a group called the Charlottesville Photographic Initiative. I'll be attending several of their meetings, and eventually I will expand into other areas. For competitive analysis, I found several of my competitors, Scan Cafe, DigMyPix, Scan Digital, as well as others, and made a real chart of what their strong points are, what they're known for. I looked at image quality, downloading options. I looked at scanning pricing options in terms of resolution. I looked for their weaknesses. How well do they process their orders? What is their turnaround time? What comments have been made about the general overall experience? Here's one with a confusing order form, no prior notice of shipping charges. It was important for me to have some idea, how expensive are they? How well do they communicate? So I came up with a strategy that I'll work to set it up mindful of competitive weaknesses, offering services that are competitive in price, generally the lower end of the price scale, but not looking to be the lowest. I believe that quality and convenience are really the most essential. So I'm going to try and keep my quality up, make sure that they are high resolution scans with very few defects, if any, and that's where I will find my niche. For promotion, I'm going to be using my personal network of friends in the community, as well as instructors in various area colleges. I'll be attending networking events that will be going on. I'll be visiting my personal contacts in the area, leaving price lists and business cards. This year, I've been invited to attend several photographic events as a speaker at various festivals. I'll be promoting at those venues as well. And then I'm looking into budgeting small ads in local weekly newspapers. That way, I hope to get the restoration service business going for family heirloom photographs. I'm looking into promotional items such as inexpensive USB drives that are enhanced with my logo. I'm planning a really robust website which will have articles on topics relevant to photographers. Hopefully I'll get better at this whole video thing and be able to put some videos on YouTube, as well as creating a Facebook page. Eventually I'll be participating in local fairs and festivals where I understand a lot of the heirloom business gets going. So that's essentially what my plan is. All I need to do now is to combine all these things into one document, put them into the discussion area, and get that done early enough. I want to hear what fellow students would say about my work. You want to hear what the instructor has to say so you can modify things before it's too late, and you want to get points for really being a participant. Folks, there's not enough of it in this class. Several of you have really good comments to make. Share with each other. You will get more. You will give more. It'll be better. Have a great week, everybody.